Welcome back to my channel. Thank you for being here today with me as always. Today, if you didn't read the title before clicking on this video, we are talking about Drugstore Contour Kits. That's right. Anyway, I'm gonna break down, I have 4 that I want to talk about today, and I will break down my favorite to my least favorite out of the 4 and what I like and what I don't like about them. Pretty straightforward stuff. So let's just jump right in. Okay, so my number 1 on the list is the L'Oreal Infallable Pro Contour Contour and Highlight Palette. This is in the light shade. It has a highlight shade and a contour shade. Duh. And it's got this little brush that you're supposed to use one side for the highlight, one side for the contour. I don't use those brushes. They're crap. Okay? They basically, I will say this about, I just have to get this out here. Okay? So they put these crappy brushes in that they know we don't use. They put in all the extra packaging that doesn't need to be there. So I would rather them honestly like take all of this out and just give us this little thing so that we're not wrecking the environment with all this plastic. Plastic doesn't break down very well. It doesn't just disappear. It breaks down into tiny, tiny little millions of pieces. It ends up in the ocean. Fish and whales and dolphins and whatever else eats plankton think it's plankton and they eat it and it like destroys their insides. So I wish makeup companies would stop with the packaging that we don't need. Anyway, let's get back into what I'm here to talk about. So yes, just a contour and a highlight shade. The reason this is my number 1, this is, even though it only has 2 shades, it is one of the pricier ones. This one is $16 Canadian. I love this shade. This is what I contoured the right side of my face with. I just find that for how pale I am, this works perfect. And I do like the highlight as well. I just think that it works awesome. There's no muss, no fuss. There's not 1,000 other pans that I'm not going to use. So I find for what I need, this is amazing. It's small, travel friendly, easy to use. There's not a whole bunch of product in it. It's only 0.24 ounces, so it is actually a pretty small amount and you are paying a little bit more. But that being said, I suppose if you contour every day, you're probably gonna go through, and this is the only kit you use, you probably will go through this a little bit faster, and you might want to invest in a bigger kit if you are contouring every day. I don't contour every day, and I have a lot of contour kits for obvious reasons. So for me, I really like this. I think it's amazing. I would highly suggest checking it out. The highlight shade I use for highlighting, it's not something that I would actually set my makeup with because it is pretty sparkly and whatnot. But definitely recommend checking this guy out. I think it's amazing. Number 2 on my list is the e.l.f. Contour Palette. This one is pretty great and it's $12. So it has the 4 shades in it. This is the shade that I used to contour, and I used it to contour my nose and my chin and then up here a little bit. This one I used to bronze. This one you could use to set your under eye makeup, and then this one I actually used today to highlight my Cupid's bow. I wanted to try and use all the kits on my face, so I tried to contour with different kits on different parts of my face. So that's why I did that. So yeah, I really like this one. The great, amazing thing about these pop out. The crappy thing about this, this one has already popped out on me. So if you do end up using one of these, you can just order the insert from e.l.f. directly. This one I did have to order online. I can never find e.l.f. stuff where we get e.l.f. from our superstore here in Canada and a few other random places, London Drugs, and they never ever 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 have this stuff. They always have the very, very basic makeup from them, never any of the good stuff, never any of the brushes, and it makes me really upset. So I just did an online order. But yeah, for 12 bucks, you're getting a pretty amazing deal. You're getting a huge mirror, and this one is all out well done in my books, and love it. Highly recommend it. Number 3, almost said 2, but it's number 3, is the Maybelline Master Contour. Now, this one would be higher up for me, it would probably beat the e.l.f. one because the highlight shade is amazing. The highlight shade in this guy is freaking unbelievable. I used it to highlight here and I used it to contour here. Okay, so I thought that I was crazy, and I feel like it comes off, the contour shade comes off pink. So I thought, well, maybe it's the blush. Maybe I'm grabbing some of the blush or the powder's picking up and that's what it is. Try and get some of it off, work it down. So I did that, and it still comes off pink, and I'm like, am I losing my crap? Am I losing my shit? What's happening? But I was watching Snapchat this morning, and my friend Courtney said the exact same thing, and we had never discussed it. And I was like, I'm not crazy. So the only reason that I like this palette, to be honest, is the highlight shade. This one was $12, I believe. It comes with another, like, that's what I feel about that brush. It's just not a very good brush. I wouldn't recommend it. It doesn't have a mirror in it. The packaging seems kind of, I don't know, I'm not super impressed with the packaging, but the highlight is good. I would pay $11 for this highlight. That's basically it. The blush is honestly nothing special. I'm sure we have a million of these blushes in our collections. It's not super pigmented, and the contour shade comes off freaking pink. Like, I don't know if you guys can tell, but it really does come off like pink. I don't know why. I can't tell you. This is the light shade, so, or light to medium. There is another shade, so I don't know if it's the same in that one. I'm almost tempted to buy it and see if it is, but I don't want to get stuck with two of these palettes that I don't like, that I only like the highlight. Like, I kind of want to rip the highlight out of this and stick it in a palette and then just kind of chuck the other two. So yeah, honestly, this is the only reason that it's number 3. It's only because of the highlight. So I don't recommend this for contouring. If you want to spend $11 and get a really sweet highlight, go for it. I do recommend that, but for contouring, no, it looks strange. I don't know if it does. It does to me. It does in person. It might not pick up as much on camera, but it does in person, and it looks like I contoured with a blush. And last but not least is the Wet n Wild contouring palette. This is the new formula. So I got this when I was in the States on holiday in December, and this is the shade Caramel Toffee. I wanted the other one. I can't remember the name of it. The other one is a more gray tone. So this is not a good contouring bronzer. It's not. I use this to, or it's not a good contouring product at all, bronzer, whatever. I use this to warm up, just warm up around my face, and then to warm up down my chest a little bit, and then that was it. The banana powder I have used to set my under eyes, and I did that today, and it turned out pretty good. It is actually pretty brightening. I was really surprised. So I really do like it for that. And this, for how much this is, it was $3. Ugh. It was $3. You get quite a bit of product in here. You are getting, yeah, 12.5 grams, so like 0.5 ounces, 0.44 to be exact. And I actually really do like this. I do like it as a bronzer. I think the quality is really, really good on these. Like Wet n Wild kind of hit it out of the park. These are the new formulations. I never got to try the old one, so I don't know, but I did hear that those ones were really good as well. That being said, if you're looking for something really, really good to set your under eyes and bronze your face up, I would definitely suggest this. The reason that this one is last is because I don't recommend it for contouring. I just don't think this is a good contour shade. It just comes off too warm. Maybe it just pulls off too warm on my skin tone anyway, so if you're pale, it pulls off really warm. I just wouldn't suggest it for that. So I'm just talking. It also doesn't have a mirror, and this is really hard to open. This is the hardest packaging to open ever. It's really annoying. For some reason though, I do kind of like the packaging. I don't know if it's, I have a penchant for really big bronzers and like big circle packaging like this. I don't know what it is. I can't tell you. I'm not sure. Now, as a bonus, ooh, I'm giving you a bonus. Yeah, okay. As a bonus, I did want to recommend a blush that you can use as a bronzer. I'm sure you might have heard about this. This is the NYX HD Blush in Taupe. This works so good as a bronzer. Okay, so mine looks really ratchet and scary because I broke it and then put it back together. But it still actually works really, really well and comes off fine. This is a super amazing cool toned product that works very, very well if you want to contour with it. Honestly, if you can't find, like I had problems finding a lot of these products, or like the e.l.f. one I had to order online, the Wet n Wild I couldn't find in Canada. I can't find the NYX one in Canada, it's always sold out. So this one I would like to give you as a different option. If you can't find some of these, this one is amazing. And I mean, super inexpensive, super compact, you're good to go. Like, it's like the perfect contour shade. I highly, highly, highly recommend this one for contouring. It works amazing. But that's it for today, guys. I just wanted to, short, sweet, kind of get some of these out for you guys because I know some people have been asking about it and they're wanting to see if it's something that they should maybe get, something they should pick up from the drugstore. The drugstore has been coming out with contour palettes like nobody's business. There's Rimmel ones that I really want to try, but I haven't seen those ones in Canada yet or anywhere that I live, so fingers crossed I can find them later. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope it was informative. I hope it was helpful. I hope wherever you are, whenever you are, I hope you're having a good one. And may the force be with you. And I will see you in my next one. Love you guys.